big welcome to you as we move into Series 2 of Experience Living Purposefully into Your Very Own Story. Series 2 is made up of experiences 11 to 20, and each one of these experiences is some aspect of how our very own stories interweave. And the particular aspect that experience 11 deals with is of stored feelings. You've seen this image in Series 1. There, I named it as representing an inner landscape context. That's a two-dimensional view of it. Today, I'm inviting you to, in this very brief pause, to let your inner landscape, encased in you and your skin, reveal it to you. When the time is right for you, come back to the energy of the room. How was this pausing invitation for you? You might like to write what surfaced or to speak it. Now today I'm using the same metaphor, but going to take a three-dimensional view as we consider layers of feelings. Because within this person that is encased within us in our skin, there are more surface layer of feelings and less conscious layers of feelings. And I deliberately use the word three-dimensional as a way of noting that these aspects are a part of the invisible world inside me in my skin. Consequently, I have renamed this metaphor. Within the invisible world of me and my skin, I have layers of feeling. And now I'm choosing parts of that metaphor and isolating them. So the first part I'm taking as choices, and I'm calling that the inner landscape level. And by inner landscape, I mean the more conscious parts of us. So we have more conscious sensings. If I touch a hot stove, I know I'm conscious of it. If I feel a breeze in my face, I'm conscious of it. I can be conscious of it. If I want to go and get a drink of water, I can be conscious of it. Choosings also. We could know that we want a drink of water, but decide not to go because we're doing something else. So these feelings, sensings, desires, choosings at this level have a certain ability to be in our consciousness. Now, underneath that, and I've picked the part that's nebulous in the middle without any form, and I've used that to represent the invisible world. And here we do have feelings and preferences and desires. And there's a part of those, that's a part of us, but there's a more than element in it that means that they are less conscious. They are not as spontaneously in our consciousness. For example, if you think about preferences, how is it that you prefer soft eggs, runny soft, and someone in your friendship circle prefers hard as rock eggs? It's not better or worse, it's just different. And those preferences aren't only within you. There's a part of something in you which steers you towards soft or hard. Desires. Again, we can have a desire to be comfortable, but there could be also a deeper desire to get this assignment done, or to finish this course, or to get this job done. And then as well, there are times when dream energy comes to us. That's more than. We don't choose what comes to us in our dreams, and if we find out the invitations in our dreams. Intuition. It's a bit special. So you can be going along thinking you have your life organised with rationality and logical terms, and all of a sudden a little inkling comes, but I'd rather do this. And you often find that that is right. Intuition. We'll have more time with intuition. There is a more than element in intuition. Now, all of the experiences, whether more conscious or less conscious, make up and are held in our well of sensory memory, stored there. And our particular well of sensory memory joins that vast well of sensory memory for everyone who's ever lived. Now, there is a pathway between these two levels of feelings. How do we walk that pathway? We do it by pausing, by being present to, and by noticing what arises. And when we notice what arises, we walk the pathway when we choose to embrace those invitations. I'm giving an example of creating this pathway. In the story about stress in Series 1, a lecturer said to me that he experienced me as being obsessive-compulsive and advised me as I walked out of the room not to be stressed. Now, these opinions of his were so far off my conscious self-awareness that I told the story several times as a joke. After sharing the joke several times, the story continued itself by having the words, "You can't afford to be stressed," arise within me. I listened to this inner wisdom by pausing, being present to the sense, and noticing the invitation to allow myself to become aware of a deeper layer of stress that was too much for proper balance in my life. I had been in denial about them because of a more surface desire to study. So I had walked the pathway connecting aspects of my inner landscape with aspects of my invisible inner world. Pause, presence, notice, do is how you walk that pathway. There's time for you now to name layers of feeling reactions in a story of yours that comes to mind. Speak or write what surfaces as you wish. My summary. In every story of yours and mine, conscious and less conscious feelings are experienced. And these conscious and less conscious experiences are stored in your or my well of sensory memory. In his poem, The Love That Sees Our Beauty, Noel Davis beautifully captures and names some intangibles of more than underpinning feelings that grab our inner attention. The love that sees our beauty. The storyteller of our dreams. The motivator of our quest for freedom. The soul of our reconcilings. The beyond of our wildest imaginings. The presence as close as we are to ourselves. The love that sees our beauty enfolds us, holds us, opens our hearts, and reveals us to ourselves. So again, we have a strategy. And this is if you want to notice more the layers of feelings in your very own stories. Gift yourself with spending 7 to 10 minutes in the evening inviting one or more of your very own stories of the day to surface. Allow your layers of feelings to reveal themselves. And gently take note, without adjusting, what surfaces. The next morning, gift yourself again with spending 1 to 2 minutes resonating and holding gently a feeling or two that surfaced the evening before. And again, I invite you to speak or write what surfaces as you wish. So experience 11 was of layers of feeling reactions in my very own stories that are stored. So, what happens with feelings that are stored? One possibility is named in Experience 12. Thank you so much for sharing Experience 11.